Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everybody had a good week. Good week here. The whole virus has still got everybody on lockdown. So I hope you're staying safe, staying home, all that stuff you're supposed to do. We're doing all right here, knock on wood. No deaths, no new cases in a week. So we're doing all right here, I think. But don't get complacent. It's usually what happens. You think something's gone and people go nuts. Ooh, comes right back. So don't get complacent, people. Just stay safe for a little while longer. I mean, if you want it gone by the summer, let's isolate for the spring. That way, it'll be done. Not telling you anything you don't know, I guess, but so yeah, it was a good week here again. Nothing too fancy happened or anything, but it was a good week. Give you what I reviewed this week, what I wore. For those of you who watched last week, it was a preferred version of a Hugo Boss Ascent. I have two of them. I'll show you them now. This is the box for one of them. It's called Champion VIP. Just got it right up on it. No right up on this one. It's my preferred. That's the bottle of that one. That one's actually kind of a nice bottle. Nothing real fancy or anything, just for a $5 dupe, right? I don't like this. I don't get this, but it's like the bathroom sink plug thing. But I mean, it's not even connected to the cap. I mean, maybe if it was connected to the cap, it would make more sense. But anyway, not a bad bottle. This is the other one. It's called High Profile. Well, this one's got it right up. High Profile smells elite, confident, and professional. Ginger, lavender, and spiced rum blend with leather accords to craft a masculine, memorable scent. Sexy. That's the bottle. Don't like this one quite as much. Although it's more similar to the Hugo Boss bottles, I guess, than the other one, but that's just a bottle, really. At the end of the day, it's what's inside. Alright, well, it's Hugo Boss The Scent, released in 2015. Accords are fresh, spicy, aromatic, leather, floral, animalic, and citrus. Top is ginger, bergamot, mandarin orange. Mid is lavender and manuka fruit. Keep manuka fruit in mind. Base is leather and woody notes. I don't know why they released two different ones of the same thing, and the juices are even a little darker in this one. I think because they're a little different, so I'm thinking this one here was they just labeled it wrong. I'm not an expert on the scent line, so don't quote me on this, but I think this one is actually just the scent, and this one is the Ascent, the Private Accord or whatever it is. It's a little more leathery, and well, this one's a little more fruity. But I'll give you a review on them both. I did like this one a little better. Although this scent, again, I'm not an expert in it. I've debated buying it a dozen times. Been at the store, smelled it a dozen times. Had a sample. And while I didn't dislike it, I didn't like it either. Like I said, keep that manuka fruit in mind, because that's kind of the reason. And I seem to be on par with everybody else. It seems to be one of them scents that people don't really, nobody really seems to hate it. I mean, there's a couple people, but nobody really seems to hate it or love it. Again, there's a couple people that do love it, but for the most part, most people are just kind of like, yeah, it is what it is. It's an okay scent. Again, don't get upset if you really like it. I can understand why. Like I said, I don't dislike it. It's just it's that manica fruit. I think just I don't know. It's just almost a sweet, overly ripe fruit vibe. Like you get a banana. It's not the banana scent, but I'm just kind of this is the easiest way I can describe it. You get a banana that maybe when you were a kid you left in your backpack or your locker at school or your lunch bag when you were going to work and you had a couple days off, you forgot it was there. And you open it up and it's almost this sickly sweet, fermented almost fruit smell. It's kind of what I'm getting from, and I've got from the originals and the dupes, that fermented almost. It's kind of why I think I like this one a little better. Seems to be a little more leathery, less of that fermented manica fruit smell. Still there though, pretty prominent. But I'll give you a spray of each so you can see. Not a bad spray on that one. A little bit, well, quite a bit weaker as you've seen on this one. Yeah, that one's I'm pretty sure that's the Accord one. They just made a mistake because it's a little darker. A little more leathery. This one's a little fresher. As you might even suspect from the juice color. This one's quite a bit darker. So I don't mind this one as much as this one. But they're very similar, as you'd expect. It's kind of like they just took this one and added more of a leather base to it. Give it more of a manly vibe. Manly. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I basically get from this, you get the ginger, the bergamot, the orange. You do, off the top. But mostly, even from the top, it's the manica fruit. Just that. I mean, if you really like sweet fruit, you're going to really like these scents. I'm not a fan of overly sweet fruits. It's kind of why I don't like pear, in a sense. Sweet apple, I don't really like. They're just too sweet. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to come up with things to say, but that's really what it is. It's just sweet. A sweet fruit scent. This one kind of, like I said, has a little more leather and dries down to a little bit more of a leathery base. This one kind of dries down with a bit of leather, but more powdery and woody. But still, both of them, bang, that manica fruit right off the top. And through the whole life of the fragrance, it's just overpowering, really. I mean, it's different, yet safe, I guess. It's different, yet safe. It's sweet, it's fruity, it's woody, it's leathery. All you'd expect. Performance. The authentic, like I said, I had tried it a million times, and I've had a sample of it. And I can't quite remember its performance, but I remember being slightly impressed with it. I thought it was okay. The one thing I'll say about the authentic that these two tend not to do, which I kind of like, the authentic seem to dry down into a more tonka base. These two kind of dry down, like I said, this one more of a woody base, this one more of a leathery base. So I like that a little better. Toe tired of tonka. But this one, performance, not the greatest at all. Only got about 2.5 hours out of it. Didn't really project much at all past 20 minutes, a half hour. As you can see, I wore a little bit of it, but that's only 2 days because I wore that for 2 and wore that for 3. You see, I made a bigger dent in that. Both of these, though, aren't performance monsters. Well, I'll get into it. This one's okay. Yeah, 2.5 hours, 3 max. Project 20 minutes, half hour. And never more than half a foot out there. This one, I said wasn't a good performer, which is kind of a lie. It is. It really did last about 6 hours, but about 3 of them was kind of a skin scent. Not even kind of, it was a skin scent. You had to, like, to smell it, but it was still there. But realistically, 3.5, 4 hours max. Projected a little better than that one. Projected for about 40 minutes to an hour. It's hard to get projection times, but, doing the best we can. But yeah, about 40 minutes to an hour. Again, never a monster. A little more than half a foot, a little more than that, not much. I will say one thing about this one. I did get a compliment wearing this one. It was after I reapplied at lunchtime. And we're still keeping the social distancing and stuff at work. But about 10 minutes after I reapplied, a girl pipes up from about 6 feet away. I had walked by there a few seconds before that, so... And she knew it was me, because it's me. Wayne, you smell good tonight. So, that's a compliment. It's hard to get compliments right now, guys, honestly, because you can't be close to people. But don't be discouraged. Most of us know what smells good. Definitely this or the authentic would be a pretty good compliment. Compliment cologne. I will say the authentic is quite a bit louder than these two. It did project quite a bit farther, longer, of course. These two aren't really preferreds best in performance-wise. I'm just so ho-hum about them. I'm not either way. I try. I don't have anything really good to say or anything really bad. They're just kind of, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. They're just, not much more I can say about them. All right, guys, that was a review. Nothing really big time, but if you like it, it'll work good for you. That's just not my style, but I'm not offended by it either. It's I can understand why people would really like it. I can understand why people would not like it too, like I said, but I'm just kind of like, right in the middle. I'll never wear it again. Won't hurt my feelings. That's it, guys. Next week, it's going to be actual cologne, not a clone, not a dupe. Let's see what I'm wearing. Dude, definitely not that one. Light blue. Ugh. What did I do last? John Barbatos. Right, USA. Guess. Marciano. By Guess, of course. I remember liking that one when I first got it. But I'm pretty sure its performance wasn't the best. I can't remember. I'll have to wear it a week. But I remember liking it. I remember it being very peppery. Anyway, that's it, guys. That's what I'll be wearing next week. Alright, I'll be back later with some more videos. I'm just kind of chilling out today. I'll tell you what I wore video yesterday, and this is my second day off. I didn't do any videos yesterday because I was tired. I had to go out and get essentials. I'm just exhausted. Alright, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other.